teens, buttercups, and eddies. This is Mad Hair Patrick, and since we're continuing our Halloween celebration, which is the month of scares, I figure it only makes sense to talk about a few aspects of those moments. Everyone had a personal moment from a movie or a television program that they remember years ago was considered scary to them. You got the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz, to the creepy tunnel scene from Willy Wonka. They might even remember a scary episode from Tales from the Crypt or The Twilight Zone. Or if they were that younger, they might have remembered an episode from Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps that they considered was scary to them. Even animation can have some scary moments. No matter if it's from a cartoon or an animation network, they sometimes have a dark side. Even Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network is the ultimate network where some of the best cartoons hang out. Obviously, they're meant to spread laughter and entertainment and give us some memorable characters. But much like any other animation company, there are times where some shows try to do something edgy or disturbing. For the past 27 years, the network did contain some dark moments. Much like Disney, Nickelodeon, or any other innocent popular series, where there's light, there is always shadows lurking. But that's okay, sometimes scaring can be fun. Now for this list, we are counting down some of the moments from the original Cartoon Network shows that brought in some creep factor. It can come from a character, an episode, or even a moment in an episode. Oh yeah, just to warn you guys, some of these might be considered disturbing the higher as we go. Then again, that's exactly why you're here. So get ready everyone, cause we're about to enter the best place for cartoons, but also the madness. This is the top 10 scariest Cartoon Network moments. Number 10. Ghostfreak from Ben 10. It's kind of strange really, since it's a show about Ben turning into a heroic alien, one of them ended up becoming terrifying. Ghostfreak was one of the original 10 aliens from the Omnitrix, and the show established what he can do. He can turn invisible, walk through walls, and any other ghost abilities. However, something about him is considered eerie. Even Ben himself was concerned when he becomes that alien. It wouldn't be until Ghost freaked out where things start to get really disturbing. Ben started to see and hear things related to Ghostfreak. He has a nightmare, sees a silhouette, and he hears the voice in his head about wanting to get out. But after one transformation later, Ben faced against Ghostfreak himself. It turns out he was never Ben to begin with, but a prisoner inside the watch. And by the way, now that he's free, he can finally reveal his real form. Now that he was free, his only goal is to take the Omnitrix so he can be whole again. And the only way to do that is to take Ben with it. Now being a villain, he will be replaced by Cannonball in the opening credits and no longer be inside the Omnitrix and get summoned. It wouldn't be until Ben 10 Omniverse where he officially got Ghostfreak back and full control of the new avatar. But the original is the one everyone remembers nervously, Ghostfreak. An alien so scary that even Ben is afraid of himself.
Ben, take it easy. You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Number 9. Cat Fingers from Steven Universe. Steven Universe did have some disturbing moments, whether it's from Frybo, Corrupted Fusions, and Steven's dream about Malachite. But one episode that seems to stand out the most is the 6th episode of the series. Amethyst teaches Steven about how to perform shapeshifting. The closest he got to success is getting a cute little kitten on his finger. Okay, that's not scary, but it needs a playmate. Nope, still cute. How about having them on 10 fingers? In fact, let's have them all over Steven's body while we're at it. No, that's just plain wrong. The more cats Steven added, the more out of control they've gotten. And it gets even more creepy when the cats control him like the boar demon from Princess Mononoke. Fortunately, there is one way to remove a bunch of angry cats, and that is water. The stakes are higher, the felines continue to struggle, Steven is still fighting it, and his dad Greg is giving him everything he got from his car wash. Steven is lucky to have his dad and the gems to look out for him. Otherwise, it would have been a catastrophe.
But I'm feeling much better, meow!
Number 8. Milkshake Mandy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Okay, this is a moment that only occurred in one episode, get out of my head. So before I talk about that, I need to summarize the plot. After watching a horror movie, it inspires Billy to jump and possess somebody. He soon manages to get into Mandy's head and taking full control of her body throughout the episode. As you imagine, he did every idiotic thing you can think of, but eventually Mandy broke free and now she is super mad at him for messing with her. So, being Billy's true friend, there is only one thing to do: get even with him. Later that night, Billy talks to his cat Milkshake and how he feels guilty over possessing Mandy. In actuality, Mandy ended up possessing the cat and heard everything he said. What's his reward? Getting a painful scratch in the face off screen.
I knew the girl was creepy, but now that I imagine her draining every last ounce of blood out of Billy's face from those claws.
Well, if Billy can learn from this adventure, he can pick his friends and he can pick his nose. But he can't pick his friend's nose, or even heads. Number 7. The Lich from Adventure Time. Out of all the villains Finn has to face, he is possibly the most dangerous and disturbing character of the series. The Lich was created millions of years before the show began, and his form came from a nuclear bomb that caused the Great Mushroom War and the creation of the Land of Oo. His only purpose is to kill every living thing on Earth. However, his plan failed when he was defeated by one of Oo's mightiest heroes, Billy. Now, when I said he was defeated, I didn't mean he killed him for good. He only imprisoned him into a shard of amber, but that wasn't enough to stop him from fulfilling his task. In the episode Moral Folly, he managed to possess a snail to touch and successfully broke free. Now he's on a quest to regain and kill everyone on Earth, whether he possesses Princess Bubblegum, kill Billy, and obtain the Enchiridion, get a wish from Prismo to wipe every living organism and corrupt the Citadel and its prison. Even after Finn wished for him to never exist, he would still appear in an alternate world where the nuclear's radiation possessed Jake to become the new Lich. Not even reverting him into a harmless baby solves everything. His mind still lives on.
And now for your education.
And before there was nothing, there were monsters.
Are you draining my life energy while I stare at you?
He's a powerful villain that has been around before there was nothing.
Just a dream.
Number 6. The Haunted House from Samurai Jack. I'm sure everyone remembers the original series of Samurai Jack. It was epic, beautifully crafted, and one of the greatest TV shows of all time. But when it comes to this episode, even Jack has to face some fears. He follows a little girl into an old abandoned house, but once he enters it, he begins to have some visions about the people who used to live here. The biggest reason why this is considered scary is because of the imagery it brings to us. With each vision Jack sees, they told this in a sketchy black and white animation with a lot of flickering. He can't even leave the house because it's already possessed and playing mind games with him. In one scene, Jack discovers a little girl's family, and they, along with the room, seems completely normal. However, he can still see the illusion within the room, and they are under the control of the demon. Now Jack has a showdown against the monster inside his subconscious to free his own soul and the girl's family. Happy haunts materialize, but this is an episode that began to traumatize. Number 5. In the House from Regular Show. Regular Show had a lot of Halloween stories. They were bizarre, insane, and were considered to be the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror of Cartoon Network. But out of all the Regular Show Terror Tales of the Park episodes, this is the most disturbing. Mordecai and Rigby go trick-or-treating, and Rigby wants to get some candy from one last house, but nobody answered, so he decided to egg that person's house. Inside lives an angry wizard, and if you egg his house, he might turn you into one. Now I bet you're wondering, that's not the real reason why this is on the list. Well, you're right. In the last 4 minutes of the story, the park gang tries to defend themselves from the wizard. The problem is he's invisible throughout the entire slaughter. And yes, I do mean the S word.
Jeez!
What's up, gumballs?
So this is what it feels like to be as tall as Rigby.
How did this episode even get aired in the first place? Despite Rigby apologizing, the Wizard still wants to end his life by egging him entirely. Obviously, in the end, it was just a story told by Rigby, but it was actually the Wizard disguised as him, leaving an unknown fate to Mordecai and the gang. Be sure to think twice before egging someone's house, otherwise you're gonna pay for it brutally.
I'm going back to work.
But it was really scary.
And you're paying for those eggs!
It's okay. It's not a matter of isn't great. And if that first day then it's
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me for a new review and other project every week. I'll see you soon.